It's very happy to share some time with you all on this special occasion. And happy to see this conference actually. So which includes, I think, a global title, which includes all the domains. So signal processing, communications, VLSI and embedded advances. Now, most of them we know in current world, every research scholar, not only research scholar nowadays, even undergraduate programs also, they're meant for artificial intelligence and machine learning. I think there is a problem with the title itself. Artificial intelligence and machine learning, both are not two different terms. And machine learning is nothing but a subset of artificial intelligence. And previously, I think so, 10 years before, 15 years before, we used to call them as neural networks. And they are now calling it as advanced terms. They are again changing their names. Advanced terms, like a cellular phone, now it is mobile, now it is a smartphone. Likewise, a neural network, then the advanced term they used to call as artificial intelligence. It's a global term again. And a subset of that, again, machine learning. And people have to think about it. Because every 4 years, I think there is a revision for our curriculum. A POS meeting should be there at UG level, PG level, and English research also. Every time, we always have two objectives we have to fulfill. That is, what is the current trending topic? First point we used to search for. And how to fill that gap for next 5 years, next 10 years. I think they are just changing the nomenclature. But the original basic thing is same. If you observe for last 20 years, what actually happening in research actually. So the same thing which was projected in research, get into PG, that was get into again UC, even that is get into diploma also. So that's what the fast culture we have in research. Yes or no? I think how many of you agree with me, I don't know. But the first question I am asking you is, what is the lifetime of this artificial intelligence in research? 5 years? Next 5 years? Next 10 years? When actually the term we used to hear, artificial intelligence, when it started actually? A common term. It becomes now a common term. What the term is? Artificial intelligence. When it is more familiar to us, when actually it started, around 2018, 2017. Yes or no? I think even a BTech first year student also is a fond of artificial intelligence. Now the question is, what is the lifetime of this artificial intelligence? Because see any domain, signal processing, communications, it may be embedded or VLSI, whatever may be the domain. The first question we need, what extra we can provide in our domain? That's the question we have every time. Suppose my domain is communications, right? So already we have 4G, now we are up to 4G, about to get into 5G. Maybe after 2 years or 3 years or 5 years, we get into 6G. What extra benefits we are expecting from that? Next. What next? What next? More features, more applications, more flexibility. What else? There is a small difference. The thing is, we used to call our phone as a smartphone. What does it mean? What is the meaning of smart in that? How it is smart? What is the meaning of smart in smartphone? Features. If you have more features, shall we call it smart?
Security.
Security. Anything else? How it is smart?
Which can access all the appliances.
Which can access? Then we can call it as a good accessing system. Why it is smart?
User friendly.
Sir?
User friendly.
User friendly. Yes, sir. Anything else? we can able to send the information, we can able to receive the information, we can able to process the information, we can able to monitor some situations or environment. Can we take decisions? Yes or no? So any smartphone can act and has the capability to take some decision. Then we can call this smart. Yes or no? Yes or no? So it can able to monitor at the same time navigation capability. That's the only artificial intelligence. Like a human being, an electronic gadget or any circuit or any component, it has to act with some intelligence. What's the meaning of intelligence? Act according to the situation, right? Yes or no? So we are in a critical situation. So take an example of a machine for a mechanical engineer. So we can pick, and we used to have a human being there to continuously monitor its working condition. Suppose the machine is not working properly. What the immediate duty has? First of all, identify the working condition of the machine. Then, if the condition is not good, what he has to take? He has to take proper decision to correct it. Yes or no? So till now, first one is there. You can able to monitor the working condition of a machine, but can able to take the decision without support of a human being there. Automatic system, cyber physical system, we used to call them as. It's a loop. Every time it is a loop. What are the components we have in that loop? So the machine, monitoring system, and the processing system, decision making system. Again, whatever the decision we are making, that will again come onto the machine again. It's a closed loop. There is no human being external outside is required to control it. This kind of things actually we need next. Yes or no? In computer people they used to call as virtual reality, the physical sense, and device to device communication, vehicle to vehicle communication, a smart communications. In the sense, we need to provide communication with some smartness. We need to have something with some smartness. So these are the things we used to expect. But on one penalty, we are getting all these benefits. What the penalty we are paying for? Data. Very good. Anything else? What the penalty we are paying for? Time. Good, sir. Security. Anything else? What's the most important point we need to remember? Still anything is there? Because we are engineers, we need to design something. We are not just users. So users expecting more. There is no end for wish. Yes or no? If a smartphone comes into market, they will expect something more. But what is our job as engineer? We need to design. That is called the quality of service. So we need to design something that has to satisfy a customer. Are you getting or not? But coming to the design point of view, what are the difficulties we have? Artificial intelligence at a simulation point of view is successful. Artificial intelligence theoretically, mathematically is successful. But how far artificial intelligence is successful in real time? In real time validation. How many of you, I think, are using this artificial intelligence in real time mode? I think the driverless cars, autonomous cars, what is the success rate? Sir? Very less. Do you know what is the reason? What is the reason? They are failed on very good roads. What is the situation they if they enter to India? Yes, sir. Are you getting my point or not? Yes, sir, no? So, real time scenario always uncertain. Yes, sir, no? How many constraints we have in real time? Suppose I want to do a simple simulation, I want to run a simple communication system, I want to do a simple signal processing operation. So it is a limited work with a limited constraint. If you want to make a real-time application in real-time mode with this artificial intelligence, how many constraints we need to satisfy? Is it possible? Now, it's the right time to think of an alternative. Who can take that lead to overcome the limitations of artificial intelligence? Any guess? After neural network, who will be the next hero? Any guess? Deep learning also part of artificial intelligence. The advanced neural networks is the forefather of all this. They are calling with different names. So I think I'm again telling you, A and B are parents. They are producing a child C. Every time I used to say the same example. A have one positive quality, one negative quality. B have one positive quality, one negative quality. They are parents now, they are producing a child. Now what are the qualities the child may get? When he become a best child? When both qualities are plus. If you get both qualities as minus, that is called genes combination, right? Yes or no? Yes or no? And now tell me, let us take, neural network is the forefather. Deep learning, reinforcement algorithms, machine learning set, again fuzzy, all are their children. Now how can you say it's the best?
Brain computer.
Yes sir, brain computer networks. Any further we can guess? Yes sir. Now, according to you, again same question I'm asking. Without all these things, before neural network, I think, which is the best optimization source we have? How can you find the best? Before this artificial intelligence, what are the tools we used? What are the tools we used? During 1980s, 1960s, what are the tools we have to find the best out of set? What is the conventional one? I think many of you are using artificial intelligence. How you can say your work is better than the conventional one? I want to prove that. So what we can able to prove? With artificial, without artificial intelligence. These two comparisons only. Yes or no? If you want to compare your result with artificial intelligence, not without artificial intelligence, with some alternative. What are the alternatives we have? Research means questions only, not the answers. It's a discussion to ignite our minds. Finding a proper problem will complete our half of the research. Yes, sir. Yes, I think it's the right time. Instead of in a group making our own self blaming us and pricing a single topic for number of years, is it good? Yes or no? I think I have seen some specialized names also. Even my journey also. Some students are discussing bus. They are telling, so the craziest branch now is AA and ML. Actually both are same. They are discussing, so they are first year students actually. They are saying, so AA and ML branch is the craziest branch. First of all, they don't know what's the difference. It's good only. But they are fond of it. Yes, sir. Then, as a researcher, because as an academician, it is our part of duty to do research. Yes, sir, no? That's why there is a saying for our academicians, publish or perish. Yes, sir, no? You have to be in market, you have to be in race, you have to prove yourself. At least you have to price something which is already in the market. Then only you will be counted. Otherwise, Sir, that's the basic question we have every time. So, instead of doing the same thing, which is already carried out by many number of, I think the research scholars and academic members, whatever. So, take some diversion. See the possibilities. Now, most important thing is interdisciplinary. Suppose the people who are actually working in communication, what are the trending topics? Next generation wireless networks. If I am in 5G, I will tell my scholar to read about the 6G. Yes, sir. Then he will again guide his own student to get into 7G. So we are completely bounded to a limited space, and we are forcing our own people again get into the very narrow circle. So give him a chance. So broaden our thought. Yes or no? Share our things with our colleagues, especially interdisciplinary means other departments. As a EC engineer, how can you solve a problem of a mechanical engineer? As a mechanical engineer, how can you solve a problem of EC engineer? What are the tools we have? So see some, what we call, lifetime achievements. I think how many of you, what's the lifetime of metro in Hyderabad? How many of you know how many years they are assured during their agreement? What's the minimum period they given as the lifetime of metro? Shall we call it 30 years? 30 years? Is it okay? I think 2 years back only 1% died under the. Yes, sir, no? In news I have seen. But have you seen Nagarjuna Sagar Dam? Have you seen Vardhaman Bridge? Have you seen? How many are from Andhra Pradesh, local, Telangana, Telugu states? Good to see you all. I think we are familiar with those. Now think of it. How they actually made that kind of supreme engineering product. Is there any artificial intelligence behind that? What they have? They have heavy proclines? No? A single question I am asking. During the water flow, how they have given the pillar? How it is possible? So there are very good alternatives still we have in our past itself. The meaning of research nowadays, it should be fast, more fast. 1 week of studying a paper, 2 weeks of literature survey, 1 month of simulation, 3 months for submission, expecting a journal within 6 months. Yes or no? Rapid only. If any journal consuming time for more than 3 months, automatically we used to scold, he has taken 3 months of time to review my paper. It was with him for his last 8 months. I'm not getting any review from him. Getting a month. We are giving a simple IEEE translation paper to a scholar, and we are forcing him understand this paper and let me know what actually inside this paper and implement within 30 days. We are saying that now, I think, from my point of view, it took for him more than 2 years to actually frame that translation. So take some valid information from that. If you are actually searching for a problem, or you are in a way to solve a particular problem, get some information from that particular paper. Or take one paper as reference. Start your journey. So that's why you are missing out many things. You are missing out many things. Because we are at a fast rate. They are just saying yes or no. In conventional mathematical optimization, a simple algorithm every one of us know in our PG level. Gradient methods. You know gradient methods, right? A search area is there, like a slate. Okay? Somewhere our solution is there. I fixed the boundaries. Okay? I given the problem that this is the search area. Somewhere on this, my solution is there. Find out it. How can we find? What is the simple possibility we have? Start our journey somewhere else. Okay? Let us assume that is our solution. Compare our solution with the ideal solution. See the error. If the error is more, we are far away from the solution. Then what we make a new move towards the solution. Until repeat the same until the error becomes zero. Now the question is, how far you are taking a new movement? Suppose your new movement size is very large. You can trace the total search area within less number of steps. Yes or no? But how many number of possible solutions are missing out? Total search area within 10 steps I searched it. But actually 100 solutions are there. But I searched for 10 only. I missed out 90. As a subject, one of you already I think mentioned, time, complexity, these things are there. These are the limitations we have for our research. If you take a limited step size, more number of steps we have to consider, complexity will increase, automatically it consumes more time. Never expect best thing in less time. Yes or no? You can able to produce a feasible solution. That's why in journals and in research, in thesis, never write our system, our model, our proposition is ever time best. There is no meaning of best in engineering. Always better. Our proposition is better than something. Our proposition never becomes best. Because maybe it is best for today, maybe better than this best, maybe under review. It may come into publication by tomorrow. You have to accept that as a author. That's why we are getting new more topics. Getting or not? So finally what I want to conclude is, so I given this title. How many of are actually limiting this to title I am searching for? That's why with the diversified explanation I started my discussion. Finally, it is one of the possibility. What is it? Artificial intelligence for next generation wireless networks. My question is, just to remove the term artificial intelligence. Now search for a new alternative. Okay? Next generation networks are always there. There is no end for that. Maybe we are now at 4G, maybe 6G is there, 7G is there, and so on. And the last final thing about this next generation wireless networks. As an engineer, our job is to design. At the same time, as an engineer, we have to take care of our own time people also. What is the main drawback we have? Even recent times also, I have seen last week newspaper. What are the health hazards we have for next generation 5G networks if it comes into market of India? How many are believing that 5G is, or it has some disadvantages regarding these health issues? How many of you believe this? Good. What is the reason? Radiation. What's the meaning of radiation? Spectrum. Spectrum? What is the meaning of radiation? Bandwidth? Bandwidth use. Anything else? High frequency. Anything else? What's the meaning of spectrum? Range of frequencies is spectrum, simple meaning. In electromagnetic spectrum, where we are now? What is the operating frequency of 4G mobile? If you buy any new SIM card, they will give you a brochure, right? Within that, our operating frequency is there. What is the operating frequency of 4G? At least units? Gigahertz. Very good. If the frequency is high, what about the wavelength? Both are inversely proportional. If the wavelength is less, how the signal will be? If the wavelength of the signal reduces, the signal has the capability to penetrate into your body at any level. Yes or no? If you are using a 5G mobile in a day more than 20 minutes continuously, surely you have health impacts. Because now we are at the visible light communication range in electromagnetic spectrum. What just beside was? High frequency, very high frequency, ultra high frequency. Next, visible light communication. Next, the X-rays, gamma rays, and the yes, sir. So up to now, non-ionized radiation, you are getting to ionized radiation. Now it has the capability to break your bone also. But every time you should say the same thing. That impact is not same for all the human beings. That depends on our body resistive power. The radiation will accumulate in our body in some other form. For number of days, for number of years, it accumulated, fighting with our body once in a day, some other day. It will come out from our body in a new form. Actually, you have generally a headache. Now it is some headache plus radiation. Yes or no? Huh? That's why in villages, RMPs are more famous than MBBS doctors. Because if you get a headache, he will give 500 mg tablet. It's a painkiller. You don't know, you are feeling the pain, but you have pain. Yes or no? Within 20 minutes, you get relief from this pain, and you can say he is the best doctor we have. Obviously, he becomes supreme. He is in a position to refer a patient to a MD also, who an RMP doctor. Obviously. Now, the question is, we have a general issue of headache. Now it is headache plus some radiation. For any disease nowadays, the doctors are ready to produce a medicine. But the only problem is, there is no proper diagnosis of the disease. Yes or no? If they know exactly, they perfectly diagnose the disease, it is easy to produce medicine. So they will give a medicine for the headache, but now it is medicine plus headache plus radiation. Still we are not doing anything to the component of radiation. Now after many number of years, maybe depending on our body resistive power, it may come out of our body in any way. That's why most of the cases, they are not following any rules. It's a marketing, end of the day it's a business. But what we have to do? So some other alternatives are there. Last panel I am used to say that particular time. Technically, in wireless communications, we used to call it as green communication. What's that term means? Green communication. Away from radiation is green. Away from radiation is green. Very less number of researchers are working on that particular area, green communication. Because if you implement something, you try for IPR rights, nobody will give you for green communication. Because it's a last rule. Mobile communication companies, right? They're spending crores of money. Will they accept that? But still there are feasibilities. We can able to do something. So energy harvesting techniques are there, green communication techniques are there. Still that field really interesting, and if you want to do something to the people who are actually the users of next generation wireless networks, you can. There you can apply this artificial intelligence and all. Try to reduce that impact. Thank you always.
Thank you very much, sir, for such an interactive session, and you have stressed upon many parameters which exist in real-time applications. So I'm sure many of us will follow the suggestions what sir has given, and will continue our research and will publish more and more papers also. Thank you, sir. Thank you for taking out time and coming all the way from Andhra Pradesh and giving such an interesting talk. So now we will be continuing with our valedictory session. We'll wait for just 5 minutes and we'll start. So till the time, please have patience and be in the hall itself. Good evening once again, or good afternoon. So we are here for the valedictory session of our second international conference ICSVCE 2022. Without much delay, I request the dignitaries to come on to the dais. Dr. J. Satish Kumar sir, General Chair ICSVCE 2022. Sir, J. Satish Kumar sir. Dr. Sachin Nandan Mohanty sir, Adjunct Professor VCE. Dr. Shweta Madam from Maitreyi College, Lucknow. Sorry, Delhi. Dr. Kiran Kumar sir from NIT AP. I request Dr. Shweta ma'am to share her views over the conference.
Hello everyone. Conference is really well organized. Conference was really well organized. Thanks a lot, sir. And really the papers were also very good and students have seen the campus and students really wonderful work they have done in the conference, and the research work is also very good. And I would like to say thanks to sir for calling me here, and I really explored a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I request Dr. Kiran Kumar sir to address the gathering, though we had a very interesting talk from him. A formal address.
This Valedictory is the right statement to give. Congratulations to the organizing team and for successfully conducting this type of event. This is a real platform actually to share our views. These type of summits will allow you to meet many number of different kind of people at a different ages. A chance we have to see others work, to learn something. I think to motivate ourselves to know many more things. Ignition, a small ignition. And congratulating the head of the department, the coordinators of this program, and who director indirectly. So contributed to this, to make this program grand success. And it is happy for me to be a part of this. And even though it's the last session, I was happy to see you all, maybe. So even the management of this college, I have seen the institute also, it was fine, very good. And their also very good. Happy for me actually. So I'm congratulating the team at the same time. I'm congratulating the management also for conducting this type of events, to take initiations, to conduct. I think I hear one more conference also there in December, international. So for that actually, sir, it is a nice thing to conduct this type of events. Once again, my congratulations to the team.
Thank you, sir, for the encouraging words. Now it's time for the best paper presentations, which all the authors and participants would have been waiting for. So we have 4 best papers. First one, if the authors are present, I request them to come over here to take the certificates. First best paper award goes to Automated Data Pre-Processing and Training Interface for Machine Learning Applications, Akila, Anaga, Maitreyi and Dr. Satish Kumar Kanagam. I request the The next best paper title is A Novel Model for Quality Enhancement of Old Images and Video. The authors are Nanda Kumar, Nikita, Paya, Sai Tarun, Pranita.
So same assignment for you, Mukesh.
I have already given one assignment.
The next base paper is Decoder-based VLSI Architectures for Non-Linear Filter Image Applications. The author who presented is K. Vasan. The next paper, the last one, Compact Triple Band MIMO Antenna using Half Mode SIW. The author presented is P. Nageshwar Rao sir, our own Dean Student Mentoring. I request him to come over to collect the certificate.
So this is the first paper for the third one.
Congratulations to all the winners. Now it's time to felicitate our guests who have taken out their time and visited our college and shared their knowledge with us. I request Dr. J.E. Satish Kumar, G.A.E. Satish Kumar sir, I'm sorry sir, G.A.E. Satish Kumar sir to felicitate our guest Dr. Kiran Kumar sir. I request sir to felicitate our next guest, Dr. Sachinandan Mohanty sir. I request sir to felicitate our guest, Dr. Shweta ma'am. Thanks to all the dignitaries. Now it's time for the conference remarks and the vote of thanks. I request our General Chair ICSVCE Dr. G.A. Satish Kumar sir to convey conference remarks followed by vote of thanks.
Good evening. Beloved dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. The delegates who have participated in ICSVCE 22 conference, faculty department of ECE, organizing team and students. So at this juncture, I am happy to share you that the total number of papers you have received is 106 papers you have received throughout India, including our neighboring states like Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Orissa, Kerala, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. 40 reviewers were taken pain in reviewing the process at the rate of 1:3. A blind review has given to the reviewers and they have selected 34 papers and the registered participants came in different parts of the state and country and they have presented their papers. And in this juncture I want to thank our management, especially our chairman, Dr. Vijayendra Reddy Garu, and our administrative officer, Hanuman Reddy Garu, for encouraging and supporting in organization of this conference. And I thank our beloved principal, Dr. J.V.R. Ravindra Garu, who constantly encouraged us from the day of inception of this idea to organize this conference. And we thank Dr. Jabbar, who helped us in getting approval from AAP conference proceedings. Then I thank the deans and heads of the Vardhaman College of Engineering for their support, timely support in organizing this conference. And the organizing committee, especially the core committee, myself, Karunakaran, Praveen and Pramod, and finance committee, myself and Dr. J. Krishna Chaitanya, and all other committees, registration committee, hospitality committee, then transport committee, sessions organization committees. So different committees. I thank all the committee members, venue preparation, and all the faculty of EC department who has supported a lot in organizing this conference, and all the non-teaching staff of the EC department. And I thank all the non-teaching staff of Vardhaman College of Engineering, like PDs, drivers, and who had extended their hand in successfully completing this conference. And at this juncture, I want to announce that we are going to conduct ICSVCE 23 for the next year, for the subsequent conference every time. Probably this time it will be in the month of April. And another announcement is, as already all the participants might have seen that brochure of International Conference on Intelligent Systems and Machine Learning, which we are going to conduct in the month of December. That leaflet already there in the backs of the delegates, and shortly that promotion also going to be started, which is an international conference in true spirit, and the acceptance ratio is very less, below 10%. That too, the Indian author papers is 30% out of that. Already we have received around 50 papers we received already from different parts of the country and globe also. There is a bigger version that we are going to have in the month of December. And third announcement, we are planning to organize one more conference bigger than that in the year 2023 December. So on the topic of speech recognition or speaker recognition or speech processing exclusively, that we are planning in the month of December 23. So these are the conferences which we are doing on behalf of Department of ECE, with all the support of our teaching, non-teaching professors, associate professors and assistant professors who are extensively doing their research in different domains. So once again I thank all the delegates. Without your participation, it's become a big flop. So I thank all the delegates. The day one, I think 21 delegates were there. Now today I think 18 delegates were there. So all they have presented their papers and they have given the presentation certificate also. And for these 2 days, we are having inaugural function chief guest Dr. Dhanupriya Chaudhary from Dehradun, and we are having session chairs Dr. Lav Kumar Bits Hyderabad, and today the valedictory function chief guest Dr. G. Kiran Kumar Garu from NIT Andhra Pradesh, and our mentor and Dr. Sachi, who is there behind us in organizing all these conferences, and Dr. Shweta from Delhi University. So we thank all the session chairs for their contribution to the conference. Similarly, our co-chairs who are there, Dr. Krishna Chaitanya, Dr. Padmini, Dr. Sumalata, Dr. Nagajyoti, and Dr. Pramod, and many more. If I forget anybody, please excuse me. So I thank all the co-chairs who have contributed their work in the successful organization of this conference. So I thank all the students, especially the second year students. They have sacrificed their classes and they have come over here. And they have, even though the topic may not be, sometimes it will be little bit higher than their knowledge, but the exposure they got is very important. It's very valuable. So with this I conclude my vote of thanks, and once again all the best to the participants and for their future research, and such type of conferences may come from Department of ECE. And we assure you that it will be improved day by day. We are analyzing the feedback given by the delegates, and the next conference we will try to improve it a lot. Thank you very much.
Thank you all the participants and thank you dignitaries. So now we can disperse from the room. We have a high tea arranged outside, so you can relish tea. National. Okay, we all will stand for national anthem, followed by group photo. जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे. Thank you everyone. Please,
So faculty may join.
all the delegates, please come over here for a group photo, followed by faculties.
Student second.
Delegates and faculty.
All faculty.
Students, please be seated. Once the group photo is taken for faculty and delegates, we'll take group photo with students also.